I'm Min Joon-hong. I am a globalist who is visually describing various city sites in our age. 네, 안녕하세요. 밀라논나의 둘째 아들 민준홍입니다.
마실 거야? 안 마실 거야?
안전벨트 하셨죠?
네. 우리 아드님은 어디서 영감을 얻으세요?
도시의 삶? This is my solo exhibition. Nevertheless, the windmill runs in 이길이구갤러리 in Seoul. Through this show, I try to deliver my sensual impression of modern society. We are all living in the capitalism system, and no matter how we try to amend and fix the system, all of our trials failed so far. Wasted objects and wasted materials on the street, and I naturally just grabbed them. Literally our second-handed artists.
Really?
I was a bit uncomfortable and confused when people ask just about my ethnic background. So I decided not to use those kind of traditional references for a while, and I realized that if I'm a Korean, I don't have to put certain shackle. I just changed my mind and combined them all together, and I realized this kind of combination of traditional way and the modern way could be the great fertilizer for my art practice.
Your mother is much more famous than you are. Tell us about your mother. Does she influence your work?
저한테 우리 아들이 영감을 받는지는 모르겠어요. 한 번도 물어본 적이 없어서.
네 옆에 있으면 심심하셨겠니?
We did talk previously about your past. You were born and grew up in Seoul. Give us a little bit more about what part of your life in urban city that really led to, oh, I want to do this?
Seoul has been dominant impact on my life and my art practice, of course. Seoul has another vast and huge urban landscape and the cityscape.
It's a sprawling city.
Yeah. Over 10 million residents exist in this place, and finance, information, art, cultural people rushing to somewhere and running around this place. And this kind of city vibe always given me some kind of feeling of dynamic energy. Aside from those kind of mental resources, when I explore inside of city site in Seoul, even I step into the subway or when I cross a lot of bridges on river, every subtle part of joint or like infrastructure and the shape give me a lot of inspiration for my visual activity. So I literally collect them and embroider them and making some kind of urban embroidery and unfold inside of this kind of exhibition place.
So your feelings, like as you get into the subway, as you go from place to place, getting in a taxi, driving around, all these things sort of become a part of your urban view.
I guess so.
Now, then you moved to London, another even a bigger city.
Bigger city.
A bigger city than Seoul. What was the impact of London?
I'd better say weather first.
Yes, you do mention the
Yeah,
weather.
I did mention it already. So when I decided to move to London, I thought I'm really interested in the contemporary art which is activated in London art scenery. Obviously and undeniably, London is one of the leading city of an art and culture such as Tate Modern and the Victorian Albert and the National Galleries. So many reputational institution and gallery place in London. As we all know, London has an archetype of origin of modern cities, right? During the Industrial Revolution, all of the system and infrastructure or policies and like a mechanism generated by the people in London in 18th century. And even people in Seoul can learn from it.
Yeah.
And that is why I can easily find a very solid similarity between two cities.
And of course, then you went through COVID in London.
Yeah.
And that really sort of impacted your life in terms of the London experience.
It's really something. It's really something in my life. Most of places just prohibited to visit. At the same time, it was a very precious moment because I was able to observe and stare very precisely every detailed and every corner of the city site.
Without any people.
Exactly. Very silent.
Really silent.
Yeah.
Maybe that's another aspect of your work in which the humans are sort of faceless.
Exactly.
Because during COVID, we hardly had any connection with real people. And the people that we did connect over the screen didn't seem like real people
Yeah.
at times.
During the COVID, every people and every worker inside of building just like withdrew from the building. So I was able to feel some kind of post-apocalyptic
The
age.
deserted city.
Very scary though.
Yeah.
But- so that is the moment I slightly changed my vision about this world.
You deal with a lot of different cities, Seoul, London, Berlin, New York. What do you think the people in various different cities, what do they see in your work? Do they see themselves in your work?
Most of the audience or collectors who appreciate my works, they could find out the similarities.
They also see them.
Yeah.
Even though they live in New York and Berlin.
Exactly. I mean, I can't deny that first steps they start to appreciate my works, they could find out Korean traditional figures or sculpture from Buddhism or like hatties or like temple patterns, which we can easily find out a traditional site in Korea. But when they savor deeper inside of the painting images, they could find out the global urbanization and the unification of city patterns inside of painting.
So even though they see the Korean motifs, they also see their own urban views, even within.
That's my
those.
assumption because as you can see, I just positioned like Asian visual research and the Western visual research on the same level. So they could find out the connection between both two cultural tendency at the same level.
Korean patterns really don't seem that traditional in your work, which is interesting because they are very traditional. Another interesting aspect about you is that you are multidisciplinary artists. I mean, of course, you have your paintings, but you have your installations, you have video. You utilize different formats. Are you a multidisciplinary person?
I think I'm a multidisciplinary person, but I do have a belief that first of all, I'm kind of visual recorder of this modern age. So as a visual recorder, I think it's my obligation and my role recording those kind of coexistence of social issue in my own way. So when I find out this new context of a new topic for my art practice, I'm willing to contain with my new plate, such as when I work with a certain context with a comparatively traditional medium, I work with a painting. But when I meet something unexperienced, some new context or new story, I just utilize with the new tools. That is why trying to excavate it, the new tools like a site-specific installation and videos, sometimes even performance as well.
Performances, do you do them yourself? Are you thinking of doing your own performance?
Why not?
I heard that you have a young acting background or desire to act.
This is embarrassing, but I was a member of a drama club when I was college boy in Korea.
I always have, and I always will.
And temperance. I'm not gonna cry for you.
Expression through your body is something that is also a part of you.
Exactly. I think, especially these days, as a creator, I have to fully activate myself with all of my sensual and physical skills. Even my voice, my facial expression, and my body gesture could be tools for my art practice. So if I have a chance to present myself as a performer, I'm willing to join that kind of performance project. So that is why I explained, maybe in my future project, I could use performance as one of my medium.
Well, creativity seems to be in your DNA. I mean, your mother also. I mean, in Korea, I have to say, your mother is much more famous than you are.
Thank you very much.
Yes? Tell us about your mother.
If I shared my mother's YouTube Cinderella story with you,
Oh, she has a Cinderella story. Yes, she does, actually.
I think so. One day she was catching up with her friends one of cafe in Gangbuk, and the current Milanonna channel director visited the cafe at the same times. And in accordance with the direct, she said she was able to see some gradient, some aura, the backside of my mother.
Wow.
So that is why.
So the director noticed the art, your mother.
Exactly, in first glance.
Wow.
That is why the director suggested my mother to join her YouTube crew.
아예 선생님이랑 같이 조금 앞으로 얘기를 해보면 좋을 것 같거든요. 구독자 몇 명인지 아시죠?
글쎄, 지금은 97만 5천이더라고.
맞아요.
근데 왜 안 바뀌지?
구독, 좋아요!
So now she's sharing her vision about fashion style and living style with the young people and young generation in Korea. And thankfully and fortunately, most of the young people really, really like her way of style. So now she becoming like almost a million followers YouTuber
I know,
right
she's
now.
a YouTube.
Oh my God.
YouTube influencer in a big way.
You can start it if you want.
Oh, no, I don't think, I don't think I have the aura that your mother does.
No, I think I can see your aura as well.
Thank you, thank you. But you know, does she influence your work? Oh, I hear she's also been a subject.
저랑 같이 있을 때 어머니 옛날 얘기 많이 하시잖아요. 그게 또 어떤 얘기가 쭉 있는지 한번 들어보고 싶어요.
내면이 이렇게 공허하고 서럽고 서러움이 많았어. 전쟁이 53년에 끝났고 엄마가 태어난 게 52년이고.
In 2019, right before the pandemic, I just invited her to London and filmed her as a part of my practice because at that age, I'm really interested in the timeline when she worked as a career woman. At that age, there must be some kind of male supremacy society unfold in front of her life passes. And as time passes, I was able to feel some kind of empathy or sympathy of her life passes. And before it's too late, I just want to film her life story and just memorize her life passes and using her story as my future practice as well.
So it's a personal project for you, really. What kind of meaning would you want other people to take away from that project?
Some kind of sorrowfulness from her life. She tried to her best as not just a human being, but as a mother, as a wife, as partner, and a social member. He tried to her best. But, you know, we are all getting old and everybody said just like, life is go so fast.
Yeah.
And we have to seize the day every time. And I was able to feel some kind of sorrowfulness, as I said. So that is the moment I decided to record her life and her narration.
What does she think about your work?
Complained it every time.
That's mothers. Well, you know, but I'm sure she's very proud of you.
I hope so.
Yeah. It's not every person's son who becomes such a strong artist in different parts of the world.
고마운 아들이죠. 열심히 자기 인생을 사니까. 왜 움베르토 에코라는 그 이태리 작가가 그런 말을 했어요. 인간이 죽음을 넘어가는 게 좋은 자식을 낳는 거하고 좋은 글을 쓰는 거라고. 좋은 자식이에요. 아, 참 내가 낳은 자식이지만 참 좋은 사람이구나. 사람으로. 그러니까 이 사회를 위해서 이렇게 해악을 끼치지 않을 사람이니까.
Your exhibition here wraps up in a couple of weeks. And then you're heading where? To New York and London?
Heading back to London.
London? What is your next exhibition project?
I'm gonna present several pieces of my work, the Focus Art Fair in New York, which is gonna happen in New York in this coming May. After that, I'm gonna prepare another art fair, which is gonna happen in Suwon in Korea. After that, I'm planning to present new body of works, another art space in Gangnam in July. After that, I'm gonna make a new installation piece in London at such gallery, which is gonna happen on this October.
Sounds like a major project. So thank you for giving us a glimpse
Thank you for having
into
me.
your world. It's been a fascinating journey, and I hope you much success in the future.
Thank you for having me. It's been my privilege as well.
We'll see you again soon.
Absolutely.
And that's it for me. I'll be back next time with another globalist who's putting Korea on the map. Sun Ji out.